Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. So the gameplay trailer dropped this morning for WWE 2K18. I've watched it over a couple times and I've found everything that I can find, so hopefully I found stuff you guys haven't found in this trailer breakdown that I'm about to do. I have broke it down into categories, so we'll take a look at the different categories that I've set up for the different things that I noticed in WWE 2K18, and if there's anything that I go through and I miss, let me know down there in the comments below so we can get the best information possible, the most details that came out of this gameplay trailer. The real cool thing about this game this year, WWE 2K18, this looks like at launch it will be the most updated game we've ever gotten at launch, as some superstars have their attires as, late as SummerSlam this year. So first off, I want to talk about 8 men being in the ring at one time. We do see here an 8-man tag team match at SmackDown. You've got 4 guys on one side of the ring, 4 guys on the other side of the ring, cool. And then here for Monday Night Raw, we see 8 men in a ring. I assume it's an 8-man battle royal. And now we transition over to Money in the Bank. If you look at this right here, Money in the Bank looks to now be playable up to 8 superstars at one time. Next up, I want to talk about the Backstage arena. More specifically, what we saw today, the parking lot. The parking lot looks huge. As you see this shot right here of Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns fighting in the parking lot, you see them in just one little spot, and it looks like all cars and vehicles will be interactive. As far as you see here, Braun Strowman throwing Roman Reigns into the ambulance. And also, if you see here, Ambrose is pulling a kendo stick out of the trunk. That's pretty cool, as there looks to be hidden weapons that we may be able to find in the parking lot area. With that, we see Seth Rollins climbing up the ladder to get on top of the actual production trailer, which we did see the ladder in the Backstage arena screenshots we got over the weekend. And with that, we transition to Shane McMahon on top of the trailer, and then here he's jumping off doing an elbow drop onto Kevin Owens. Now, with being able to use the ambulance backstage as far as throwing your opponent into it, we also see here AJ Styles doing the Styles Clash on top of a limo. And here we see a power bomb to the windshield of a car, and the windshield does break. With that, now I want to talk about the WrestleMania 33 arena. Yes, this year's WrestleMania arena looks amazing, and just like last year with the WrestleMania 31 arena, it being outside and stuff, it does look like we're going to be able to pick what time of day we are going to be able to fight in this WrestleMania 33 arena. It is unknown if they're going to also add the old WrestleMania 31 arena like they did last year. As we see here with Shane McMahon's entrance, you do see Shane entering, and it's evening, dusk, sun's starting to set. So we don't know if there's going to be a daytime setting, which I would assume since we got it last year. But we only see this dusk sunset setting with Shane, and then we see here with the Undertaker's entrance, we do see nighttime. Also, one other thing I want to add in is the ramp does not look as long as the actual ramp was this year for WrestleMania. It looks about the longest ramp we had last year in WWE 2K17, which isn't that big of a deal, especially since this arena already looks amazing, super lifelike and realistic. I'm just so hyped to see what kind of things we can do as far as customizing arenas this year if we do have this arena and this building. Now, next up, I want to talk about different things with different superstars that we saw. First off, as far as what I said earlier about the game being updated as late as SummerSlam 2017, we have Finn Balor as the Demon in his attire that he did wear at SummerSlam 2017. Also, if you look at this shot right here of Natalya entering the ring, she is wearing the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Now, I can't confirm this, but it does lead me to believe that Natalya will be the default SmackDown Live Women's Champion in WWE 2K18, which is awesome. Because if that's the case, then it almost guarantees that Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose could and should be the Raw Tag Team Champions, since they also captured those titles at SummerSlam as well. In this shot right here, you can kind of see Corey Graves in the background sitting at the announce desk for 205 Live. He's sitting there with Michael Cole, as you see as well. Byron Saxton is there on the other side of Michael Cole, as it has been confirmed that Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and Byron Saxton are the three-man announce team for this year's game, WWE 2K18. We no longer have John Bradshaw Layfield or Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. Now with that, going through this trailer, we got a lot of first looks at superstar models for 2K18. First up, we have Billie Kay. Second, we have Peyton Royce. Between the two, I do think Peyton Royce does look a little better, a little more like her actual self. I mean, I'm not saying Billie Kay looks bad or anything, but Peyton Royce does look a little more realistic. Next up, going with female superstars, we get our first look, other than on the side of a trailer, we get our first actual, in-depth look at Sasha Banks making her entrance. We then get to see the first look of Bayley in WWE 2K18. Some on Twitter are already commenting saying that Bayley did look a little bit better face-wise in WWE 2K17, but it could just be the lighting of her entrance in the shot that we did get, so we'll have to wait till we get a better picture of Bayley to compare that. Now, one female that does look a lot better in 2K18 from the slight glance of her face we can see, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair looked okay in WWE 2K17. A lot of people complained about her face model and face scan and whatnot. But I mean, in this game, she looks amazing. And Charlotte actually commented on Twitter as well, thanking 2K for making her look more realistic and looking more like herself. With that, we also got the first look of Asuka and her attire. Asuka looking amazing, just like she did last year. And finally, rounding out the female first looks, we also got Naomi during her entrance. I think it would have been cooler if we saw her coming down the ramp or something, or she was more glowing, I guess you can say, for her entrance, because with the new lighting and stuff, I really want to see how the Naomi glow-in-the-dark stuff looks. I think it could look amazing. Now, as we did see earlier here in this breakdown, I'm going to show you again. We got our first look at The Undertaker. Undertaker entering at WrestleMania 33. We then got our first look at Y2J Chris Jericho. And we also got our first look at Andre the Giant. And also, this look at Andre the Giant confirms the Saturday night's main event arena, as you see the big banner in the background behind Andre. Now, those are the first looks that I'm going to mention. There were a lot of other first looks we saw here in this breakdown trailer, but it was like guys during Battle Royals and guys during multi-man things, so it was kind of hard to exactly pinpoint, but there are two things from the 8-man tag match action we saw that I do want to bring up. First up, Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal is going to have that short haircut look that we did see in the first screenshot that we got of him a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, even though some people have been updated, I guess it's easier to update attires than it is to update their hair. Another person from that 8-man tag shot that I want to highlight is Rusev, as it looks like Rusev does have his short hair here in WWE 2K18, so that is a good upgrade as well. Now as far as action here in this trailer that we saw, we did see a new OMG moment from Kevin Owens. As you see here, Kevin Owens is doing like a fireman's carry to AJ Styles, but he's slamming him into the barricade. That is a new OMG moment. Right here with John Cena and Kurt Angle, we do see John Cena in his 2006 attire, Kurt Angle in his 2006 attire, and they're at the old-ish, I guess you can say, SmackDown arena. It's the arena right before the brand split, so we can confirm as well that the arenas from right before the brand split will still be in this game. We then get some looks at how the carry system, now I can't confirm this is the carry system, but I would assume how the carry system is going to work with tables and stuff. Braun Strowman has ripped the top off of this table. He then picks up Brock Lesnar in the powerbomb position, and then he powerbombs him on the table, but the table doesn't break. From what I'm thinking, now again, I'm not confirming this, what I'm thinking is you can slam your opponents onto the table from the carry position with the new Dragon carry system, but you're not going to be able to break it unless you have that stored finisher or OMG moment. Now another thing here with tables, we do see Roman Reigns at the Raw announce table up by the stage, ripping the top off of the table, which is actually a different animation than we saw with Braun Strowman. So it looks like there are multiple different animations for setting up the announce table to be used. And the last little piece of action I did want to show here is how the ropes are more responsive in this game, at least it looks to me. As you see, Seth Rollins is going for a buckle bomb on Cesaro, and as Cesaro does hit the ropes really move around and bounce more realistically as if someone were to hit him like that in real life, which I think is pretty cool. So that is everything that I was able to pinpoint from this trailer we got today, the first ever gameplay trailer for WWE 2K18. I thought the trailer was amazing. All this new stuff does look really, really good. And with that, if there's anything I did miss, if there's anything that you guys saw that I didn't talk about here in this breakdown, let me know down there in the comments below so we can get the most information, the most details out of this trailer as possible to know what kind of things we can expect with WWE 2K18. But that's going to do it for this edition of Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember to comment below, like and share this video, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, subscribe here on YouTube, and follow PWUnlimited.net for the latest in pro wrestling news.